Hey guys, welcome to my live class. I am like ahead of schedule today, I think by about a minute. So as usual, I'm just gonna kind of fiddle around up here until everybody who's doing the workout kind of finds the class and checks in and gets their equipment ready. Today you have quite a few equipment options. And if you check in or log in kind of early, you're going to hear this stuff a couple times, which is fine. But anything that I list on the equipment list that you need for the day, it's not mandatory. You can do the workout and have a great workout even if you're missing some of the equipment that I list, because I know that we're all doing these workouts from home for the most part, right? So if there's something you don't have, don't stress. You will need, if you've got it, some weights, a lot of different weights of dumbbells. So from light to heavy, and I'll tell you what I've got here in just a second. You will need, if you've got it, some sort of a bench or step or even a stool, kind of a lower, not a chair, something a little bit lower. Just make sure it's sturdy. A step stool will work just great as long as it's sturdy, all right? And then some loop bands. So I'll say that again one more time, give you a little more specifics. And in the meantime, check in, let me know if you're here and if you're doing this workout live with me. So on live chat, if you do these workouts on your computer or your phone, then you'll have access to the live chat and say hi. Say, yeah, I'm doing the workout with you live, and we will chat about it. Thank you, Courtney. Courtney actually illustrates a great point. So I do these workouts live at 7 a.m. If you want to do the workout for the day, but you cannot do it at 7 a.m., but you still want to do it on that day, then turn it on sometime between 7 and 8 when I'm live and pause it. So that's what Courtney is doing this morning. And then it'll be saved there on your computer to do that same day. If you don't do that, you can still do the workout. You'll just have to wait a day, because as soon as the live workout is over and I start hours to get up on YouTube. So it wouldn't be up till tonight or tomorrow morning. So there you go. Okay. All right. So I'm going to give you guys just a little bit of extra time here, and we'll chat about specifics. If you like to listen to music while you work out, I don't play it on my channel. So play your own music at home. Have some water. Again, grab a step or a stool. Grab some weights and grab some loop bands. Loop bands. If you don't know or don't have or whatever, just look like this. Stretchy loop bands, all right? Okay, we are about to get started and kind of get warming up and moving. So gather your stuff. Let me see what loop band. I'm gonna start out with a loop band, so I'm just deciding. Green, we'll do blue. Blue's a little bit stronger than green, starting right off the bat. I think that's what I'm gonna go with. All right, we're gonna warm up. So grab a loop band if you've got it. If you don't have a loop band, you can still do this. And I'm gonna stick my loop band, we'll just do it just under our knees for now. So grab that loop band, and then one last rundown. If you want to check in or have access to the live chat, let me know you're here. And then you need a step, a bunch of weights, and your loop bands. Are you guys ready to get warmed up? If you don't have a chance to chat with me before class, we can chat after. So we're going to start with just a banded squat. All right, we'll keep it nice and simple for just a second. So here we go. You're just going to squat down and come up. Just starting to get those muscles warmed up. We're coming back from the holidays. Many of you took a little bit of a break, as did I. in your workouts or did something a little bit different. We were fairly active through the holidays at my house, but it wasn't what I regularly do. It was a lot of just messing around outside. So I want to get good and warm this morning. When you do your squats with nothing but a loop band, they're awesome, but you need to really, really focus and pay attention to your form. So you can go a little bit slower, keep your weight in your heels. You want to feel your weight back in those glutes and hamstrings. Now, we're going to add an alternating side leg push. So it's going to look like this. Squat, push. Squat, other leg, glutes warm, outer thighs, all that good stuff. Squat. You don't have to go super fast. Pay attention to that form. Get those muscles good and warm. I think we'll do 8 and 8. 7, just like that. And 6 more. 5. 4. And 3. 2. Last one. We've got 1 and 1. All right, leave that loop band where it's at because we're going to do a banded goblet squat. We're still kind of at the beginning of the workout, getting warm. We are going to pick up our first weight, first dumbbell. I'm going to choose a 15. We're just going to hold it like so. That's why it's called a goblet squat. Choose something that's, still fairly light for you. Now, just the squat. Get those feet out wide enough that you're using your band. Here we go. We're going down, standing up through your heels. So when you stand up, imagine yourself as a rocket, just shooting straight up, pressing through your heels. As you get warm, you want to go as low as you can, but again, we're still kind of in the beginning of class, so feel it out. If you need to keep it a little bit higher, if you don't feel that warm yet, then do that. All right, 10, 9, and 8. 7, just simple goblet squat here. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and 1. Nice work. All right, we get to get rid of our loop band for a second. Move. That is called a deficit lunge. So that means we're going to come to the side of our bench or step or stool, and then we're going to get in a lunge position. The deficit comes because you can lunge lower, right, than you normally could if you were on the ground because we've elevated that lunge. I want you to do a few with no weight so that you can figure out the positioning that you need to be in, okay? So I'm just to the side of my step or stool. You want to get in a lunge position still, okay? And then you're going to lunge straight down. So I'm bending this back leg still, right? Lunging straight down. This version, your weight is centered a little bit more. You're still pushing off that front leg, but you're gonna have a little more weight on the back. But if all of your weight is in this back leg, you need to adjust. So you can take your legs farther apart. You can take them closer together. You can scoot closer to your bench or stool, okay? But we are gonna do about 5 more with no weight. So kind of get the hang of it. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and 1. All right, now, you felt it out, right? We're gonna do a set with weight. We're gonna do about 12 to 15 reps. I still want you to keep your weight a little bit light. I'm gonna hold 1 dumbbell. You can hold 2. It kind of depends on the weight you have at home. So I am gonna grab 125, and I'm gonna hold it in this side, okay? If you don't have very heavy weight at home, or you don't have one that you feel like, okay, that's a good weight for me right now, hold 2 on either side, okay? All right, so now I gotta get in my lunge position, and we'll give it a go. So, we're lunging straight down and up. I still want a significant amount of weight in this front leg, and I want to be lunging straight down, not forward, okay? Straight down, standing up through this heel. We're gonna do 10 more. Here we go. 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, oh my gosh, 4, 3, 2, last one, 1, can I stand up out of that? Okay, I'm gonna set my weight down, give myself just a second to breathe, and then we're gonna do the other side. Now, when I do the other side, I'm gonna turn away from you. You can adjust according to where you're at. I want you to see what it looks like from the back, kind of how I'm lined up. Don't be afraid to adjust your weight in the middle. I know we're not maxing out yet, but I do want you to have a weight that by 12 to 15 reps, it's getting challenging, all right? So my 1 single 25 is doing the trick for me. We're not gonna practice on this other side. So grab your weight. I'm gonna turn my back to you. You could step to the other side of whatever you've got as well. But I wanna show you how things line up from behind if I can get all my stuff out of the way. Okay, so I'm to the side of my bench. We're gonna do another elevated lunge that's similar but different. So get in the correct position. And then we're gonna hop it back. So we're just in a good lunge position. Front leg is higher, shift your weight forward, and we're lunging straight down. Down and up. So the majority of the work is still being done by this front leg. Stand up through your heel. Down and up. We've got 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. 1, oh my goodness. All right, set that weight down. We're gonna go back to our goblet squat. We're making it just a little more intense. So if you have 2, I want you to use both. If you only have 1, that's cool. I'll show you where to put it. 2 loop bands. One goes above the knees. And if you only have 1, I want it above the knees. Second one goes below. See if I can do this without falling. On my face. Okay. We did it. Now we're back to that goblet squat. We're not warming up anymore, but listen to your own body. Still 12 to 15 reps. Choose a single dumbbell that is going to challenge you for 12 to 15 reps. We're starting to get heavy here, okay? What did I do last time? I don't even remember. 15? Can I do a 30? We'll do a 25. All right. If you don't have one that's very heavy, put two together and hold them. All right, that's fine too. Get those legs wide enough that you're utilizing your band. Ready? Here we go. We're going down and up. You're gonna feel that band working, and it's gonna try to force your knees together. Keep them apart, okay? Keep your weight in your heels. Take your time, especially on the way up. Press those knees out. All right. 10 more. Oh, that double band is kicking my butt. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and 1. All right. Now, we're moving around just a bit. It's going to give you a break between sets. Take your loop bands off. And now I told you we were going to do another version of an elevated lunge. These seem similar, but they're very different in the way they work our muscles. So we're going to do a front lunge with that front leg elevated. Choose your leg. So here's what I want before we grab our weights. You are going to be getting weight, but I want you to try this. Get your legs wide in motion to actually give yourself that lunge. So what I mean is, when I'm down, my knee's not over my toe. I'm far enough apart that I can bend and come down low and push back. So try a few. My back foot is turned to the side. That'll help you with balance. You don't necessarily need to do that, but if you struggle with your balance, turn to the side. Keep going, all right? Feel it out. Keep going. Now, just as a reminder, if you're in here too tight, your range of motion is going to be really tiny, and I don't want that, so get wide. All right. Now, step off your step or bench. If you don't have one, do this from the ground. We're going to go heavy, 10 to 12 reps. So we're getting into that max range. You can most likely max more on this than you could in a normal lunge. I am going to try to hold 2 25s for this one. If you have not maxed out with me before or maxed out in this type of a set, do not stress about it. This is not stressful. Try it. If your weight's too light, pick up something else. If it's too heavy, pick up something else. You can even do it in the middle of a set. It does not matter. We're going to take our time. We're working hard, all right? These sets are heavy, so we want the time between. So if you need to switch in the middle, switch, and then just finish out the set. You'll have time, all right? Okay, so I started here. I'm going to hop way back here so I have my range of motion. Chest is up. Don't lean forward. Here we go. Bend. Push, bend, and push. We are going to do 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Hey, it should be getting tough. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. 1. Come off that bench. I'm going to give you a second to regroup. If you're still finishing out the set, finish it, okay? We're gonna go to the other side. It's gonna feel real similar. So if you need to switch your weight, please do. One final note. If it starts to bother your hip flexor, that just is a red flag to you that you're going too low. So get your legs real wide. Just don't go quite as low. That's okay. You'll still have plenty of range of motion if you got those legs wide. All right, you ready? Woo, let's do it. Other side. We did 12-ish reps last time, so that's what we got this time. So make sure that that weight is appropriate. You ready? Let's go. Bend, push. All right, 12. You can see my legs shaking. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. Oh my gosh. 3. 2. Last one. And 1. All right, I'm off of this. All right, we're gonna max out with our goblet squat. What I like to do to max out is only use one band because then we can get real low. So my red band is my strongest. I am gonna use that one. And I am going to put it below my knees. Now, I've already told you guys, if you don't have a heavy enough weight to max out, now what does max out mean, right? It means you can barely complete 10 to 12 reps. It's really heavy for you, all right? If you don't have a weight that's heavy enough, you can take 2 and hold them together, crisscross them and hold them together if you're able to do that. Everything that I tell you about maxing out applies to how you feel right now. If you are working with an injury, if you've been out of the game for a while, if you're just not feeling that great, go down and weight. Do this lighter or do it without any weight at all. Be where you're at, okay? So I'm gonna grab a 30. That is gonna be my max out for this one. And I'm gonna hold it up goblet style here. Get my legs wide. I'm gonna have better range of motion because I've just got one band. Are you guys ready? Let's go. Down and up, go as low as you can. Stand up through your heels. If you're going real low and you're real heavy, you might be slower, that's cool. We're doing 10 more. Lift with your legs, not your back. 9. 8. 6. 5. 3. Oh my gosh. 2. Last one for me. 1. All right. Good job with that max out set. You guys are gonna hear me repeat myself a lot because it's important stuff. I need to remind myself and I wanna make sure you get it in your head, okay? If you are truly maxing out, you should need a little bit of a rest after the set because you should be dying, all right? So we'll take it. If you're working with an injury or you're using a lighter weight, you can just continue and do a few more repetitions. You won't need as much of a break and you might need a few more reps. And that's totally fine. I want you to come work out with me, make this workout your own. All right, we're gonna do a TikTok lunge. Tessa, good morning. You had to start late. That is totally fine, Tessa. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, we're gonna step down and wait and we're gonna hold 2. We're doing a TikTok lunge. And I'm gonna show you what it looks like because the front leg is elevated. Start like this. Feel out where you need to be because you're going to do A front lunge, you need to be far enough away, right? Front lunge, regroup, back lunge, regroup. Tick-tock lunge, front elevated. I am going to try and hold both my 15s. Not only are we working on our strength here, but you're working on your balance, which is super important. Even if all you care about is aesthetics. That means what you look like, okay? If that's all you care about, you still need to work on your balance because you can't train your muscles properly if you cannot balance. But if you care about just lifestyle, having a good, long, productive life as well, balance is so important because it goes as we get older, it goes. So grab weights. That will be a challenge to do 10 to 12 reps, but remember that's double because you're going 10, 10, right? So we're gonna do 10 reps. This is not like a max out weight. You need to be able to balance. So I'm going with 15s. Let's give it a try. I'm gonna start with my right leg up. You guys will have to help me remember that, I always forget. And I wanna make sure I'm in the right position. So let's go, here we go. Front lunge, push back, back lunge. Take your time, okay? Balance is key here. Front lunge, back lunge. Here we go, we're gonna start counting our 10. If you feel like you don't have the right weight, switch it out, okay? 10, and 10. 9, and 9. 8, and 8. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3 more. We're almost there. 3, 2. Last one, here we go. 1, and 1. All right, I'm gonna set the weight down. We're not gonna take too much of a break because this is not a max, okay? Catch your breath real quick, we're gonna go to the other side. Don't be afraid to switch weight. Even when we switch legs, if you're like, I could have done a million more of those, get a heavier weight for this other side. Figure out where you're at. All right. Grab those weights. We're starting with the other leg up. Make sure you're back far enough to give yourself that lunge. You ready? Let's go. Forward lunge. And back lunge. I always have to take my time on the first few so I don't topple over. 10. 9. 8. 7. 5. We're getting there, we're getting there. 4. 2. Last one right here. And 1. Okay. Take just a second. We're gonna come back to our bench and we're gonna max out with our deficit lunge, okay? That means you're going heavy, 10 reps. I'm gonna push it today, I think. I'm gonna try to hold both my 30-pound dumbbells. Honestly, don't know if I can, but we're gonna try it. I can always set them down. And I am gonna start out facing away from you. Before I do that, something that is important here, and I'll show you facing you. You need to have your legs wide enough that your front leg is kind of out in front of this back leg, so your knee does not go over your toe when you come down, okay? I want you still pushing and standing up through that front heel. So make adjustments so that you can do that. Now I'm gonna turn away from you. I gotta find my 30s. Make sure I got enough space here. This is a max out set. We're only doing 10. So we'll get started with our count right when we get set up. And if you're like, you're taking too long, Erin, you can start anytime you want. Okay. Ready? Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, oh my gosh, 3, 2, 1. I gotta set these guys down. I'm gonna need to catch my breath after that one. Now, this is I have not demonstrated it for you guys. So don't stress if you're having a hard time getting in the correct position. This deficit lunge feels different than the front lunge. The difference is, real quick, the deficit lunge, you are lunging straight down. You may even need to come up on your back toe. We're lunging straight down. The elevated front lunge, you get a really wide stance and you're kind of falling forward. Make sense? So, positioning is key, but I say that in the same breath as this. When stuff is new to you, mess around, fiddle around, adjust your position, don't stress. We're doing a ton of lifts today. If you don't quite grasp one, there will be another one, and I'm gonna get your booty working regardless. Don't make your workout stressful. It's all right, we're learning, we're figuring it out. Okay, have I stalled enough before we do this other leg? I think I'm gonna adjust my bench forward slightly. And then that almost killed me. But I think I can manage it on this other side, so I'm gonna do it again. Okay. Oh, I gotta get this started so I can get it done. Ready? Let's do it. Down and up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, as usual, the max out sets are terrible, but they make you feel good when you're done. Okay, grab your loop band. I want you to stay standing and we're gonna work while we bring our heart rate down. Loop band goes across the ankles. You guys have done this with me a lot before. It's a penguin walk. I love to throw this in between really difficult sets. So I do it a lot because you can stand up and breathe, but you're still really working those glutes. So like so many things, because this is my pet peeve in the fitness industry, but so many things are dependent on you, your own body. So this is one of those lifts. I like to bend my knees slightly. I know some people like to lock their legs out. If you don't get lightheaded, it doesn't really matter, okay? What I do want you to focus up on though is keeping your toes straight ahead. We want to get our glutes and outer thighs, and you'll be able to feel this. Push your ankles or heels outward. So I don't want toes out. We're not doing this, okay? If anything, I want outside ankles out, and I want you kind of pigeon-toed, okay? We're gonna do 20. I want you to push as hard as you can. You can go fast or slower. Figure out where you're feeling it, and I'm just gonna count. Here we go. 20, 19, 18, 15, 12, 9, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And there you go. Nice job. All right, moving right along. We're gonna do one final set while we're standing, and then I got some fun stuff for us on the ground. One final set of our front foot raised lunges. This one, we're gonna hold one dumbbell and we're gonna put it under our leg. So you can sit on your bench. I'm gonna try to go for a 30. You're just using one. We're gonna do probably 12 to 15 reps. So heavy, but not like absolute kill yourself max heavy, right? Am I vague enough for you guys? Good. I want you to have to figure out where you're at, okay? I'll tell you what it should feel like, roughly. Okay, where's mine? My towel's too far away, so I have to go wipe my face with my sweatshirt. Or my 17-year-old son's sweatshirt, don't tell him. I'll wash it. Okay, choose your leg. We're gonna go one to the other. And here's what we're gonna do. So your dumbbell is gonna go underneath your leg. You can kind of figure out the best way for you to do that. I like to place the arch of my foot on the edge of my bench. If your bench is gonna move, don't do that, be flat-footed. But it kind of locks me into position. So I'm gonna pick up my dumbbell, and I'm not graceful, which will have hair in my mouth. I wanna hold one end in one hand, one end in the other, and then I'm gonna hop back. So it forces you to lean forward. Even though you're leaning forward, I want a nice flat back. Okay, chest out, flat back. Then you're gonna bend and straighten as much as you can, right? It's not gonna let you completely straighten up, probably. Some of you may be able to, again, your own body composition plays a role in this. So we're gonna do 15, 14. Switch that weight in the middle of a set if it's wrong for you. 12, 11, 10. Have you got a wide enough stance that you've got some range of motion here? 8, 7, 5, 4, 3. Oh my gosh, you guys see my legs shaking? 2, last one. And 1. All right, I'm gonna keep that simple. Just drop it. Come off my bench. Catch my breath real quick. We're doing the exact same thing on the other side. You guys know what it feels like. So choose your weight accordingly, right? Bring my heart rate down just a second. And then let's get this other side done because we got a few more things to squeeze in here before class is over. See if I can be a little more graceful. Trying to get this weight under my leg on the other side. Okay. Nope. Gonna grab the ends of my weight. Big hop back so I have some range of motion. Flat back. Here we go. Bend, straight. Twelve more. 12. 10. 8. 7. 6. 5. Shaking like a leaf. 4. 3. 2. Last one. 1. Dropping that guy down. Catch your breath. I need to catch mine. As usual, I'm always running short on time, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a couple options if you don't have a setup that will work well for this, or will work the same as my setup. I will show you one that will still work well. If you have a bench, like mine, that you can take off like the top part, so it's just very, very small and low, then take off the top part, and you're gonna put it on the ground, long ways like that. And then you're gonna take your mat, fold it up a couple times, put it on the top. If you do not have a bench that you can do this, just take a mat or a towel or a blanket, fold it up a couple times because you're gonna kneel on it. If you don't have either of those things, you just use the floor, okay? Then, aside from that, you're gonna take your loop band. I want a little range of motion because we are going to end up in a fire hydrant position at some point. So this is like a medium strength band. And I think I'm gonna start with it above my knees. We'll see how that feels. You can always go up and down with your band strength if you have options, but I want you to have some range of motion. So as always, if you get going and you feel like your band is too light or too heavy, switch it out. All right, so here's what we got. Regardless of whether or not you have an elevated bench to kneel on or not, you're gonna kneel down on the ground and come on all fours, okay? Now, do not stress about your band if it moves up a bit, it's fine. We're gonna take our right leg, so you can mirror me. You're gonna bring behind your left and tap your knee on the ground. It's okay if your toe hits the ground too, but your knee has to hit the ground. And then you're gonna come up into a fire hydrant. Give it a try. Tap, fire hydrant. Get going. Tap, fire hydrant. Keep going. I need to move forward just slightly. I'm too close to my wall, which tends to happen to me quite a bit. But I want you guys to keep going. If you've never done this elevated tap behind, then it might take you a little bit to get in the groove. You guys can see my loop band's riding up a little bit, and that's fine. It's still gonna give you that added tension. So, knee hits the floor behind, and then up in a fire hydrant. Tap, fire hydrant. Tap. We're gonna do high repetitions. You've got 20, 19. The kneeling glute is gonna be on fire. 17, 16, 15, 13, 11, my oh my, 10, finish the set. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. 1. Okay, we're gonna come off the bench. That was killer. Now, I want you to take your band off. Don't let it go too far. I know you want to throw it across the room because that was killer, but leave it close by. So that kneeling glute, that last few should have been like unbearable in that kneeling glute. We're gonna do a finisher set on the same side with no band, but I'm gonna up the ante in a different way. So kneel on that elevated bench if you've got it. Kneel on the floor if you don't, it'll still work. We're gonna tap behind still, follow me. Tap, kick out straight. Tap, and swing that leg up and out. Tap, it's just kind of like a swinging side kick. Get that leg up nice and high. We're doing 15. Oh, I can already feel, oh my gosh, 14. 13. 11. Can I do it? 10. 8. 6. 5. 4. 1. Oh, should we sit back in child's pose for a second? Yes, we should. All right, give that glute a little bit of a stretch. And then we have just a second to put that glute band on. If you felt like your glute band was too strong or not strong enough, switch it out on this other side. Goes just above the knees. If this was like completely unbearable for you and you couldn't even get close to completing the set, that is fine. I do this without bands too, and it is killer. Then just don't put a band on. That's fine. Okay. Oh, goodness. We're gonna do the other side. Woo! Adding this little bit of elevation just kind of ups the difficulty level slightly. Kind of stumbled upon this version one day, just messing around out in my gym, and I was like, oh, so good. So I'm sharing it with you today. I do these non-elevated too, so it's good either way. You ready? We're gonna tap behind with this leg. Wait, no, this leg stays put. We're tapping behind with this. I'm gonna confuse you. Ready? Here we go. Tap behind, fire hydrant. Tap behind, fire hydrant. If you work out with me for long, you will soon discover two things. I can't count, and I always forget the side I'm on. I don't know why. I just don't, it doesn't lock into my brain for some reason. Up, tap. So remember your own side. If you count on me to tell you, you might be doubling up on a side. All right, here's to 20. 19, make sure that knee hits the ground. 17, and really get that leg up in the fire hydrant position. 16. 14. 12. 10. 8. 7. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one. 1. I'm coming off my bench very gingerly. And we gotta get rid of that band, remember? So we're gonna do the tap behind, kick, around. Oh, final set. You guys know what you're doing on this one because we did it on the other side. Get on up. Here we go. Behind, kick. Behind, swing that leg out and around. Get it up nice and high. Here's 15. 12. 10. 8. Oh my goodness. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one. 1. Oh. Let's stretch out that glute real quick, just in child's pose. And then if we have time, which I think we do, I got one more move in store for you, so get up on your feet. Yes. Okay. I'm mixing it up on you today. We're gonna do a max for our final set, okay? This max, I want you to have an elevated bench in front of you, but I want it to be slightly lower. So, I am gonna put, I had 4 risers on. If you did something different, totally cool. If you were already down a little bit lower, keep it down lower. But I'm gonna move to 2 risers. We wanna constantly be mixing things up in our workouts. And people get overwhelmed by that. It can just be as simple as a slight angle change to a move. Or elevate my workouts. This is my workout. And I love to do it with you. But I say that meaning we're friends working out together. And you figure out what works for you. So we're gonna do a lot of back and forth chatting because I want you to be able to take care of yourself your whole life, right? You don't need me. I want you to know how to do this stuff. So that feels good to me. I'm slightly elevated. We are going to do our front elevated lunge, and we're gonna max out. So we're doing 10 reps. This is the last thing we're doing in class today, and I want you to give it your all. If you don't have a setup where you can raise your front leg safely, or it's not feeling right to you for some reason, you can just do a static lunge on the ground, okay? All right, guys, I'm gonna hold my 230s, and I will probably yell or scream, and I might swear, okay? But we're gonna get it done. Here we go. Whichever leg feels the freshest to you, slap that guy up on your bench. If you're pushing real heavy weight for yourself, turn your back leg to the side slightly. It'll help you with balance, okay? So I got my foot up there. I'm gonna get real wide, chest up. My weights kind of swing out in front slightly. You ready? We're gonna go down, push up. If it's hurting your hip flexor, don't go that low. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, last one, and 1, you got it. All righty, Walk it out, walk it out. Walk it out. Okay, we got to do that other side, right? Catch your breath. This should be your true max. So if you need to switch, and then you need to be wide enough stance that you've got some range of motion. Woo! Oh. All right, guys. Man, oh man. Let's get this other side done. Popping back here. You ready? Let's go. Hinge forward, press back. 10. My weights are so heavy, they start swinging and I'm like tipping over. 9. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one. 1. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Set those guys down. Okay. Here's the deal. That's the end of class. However, I don't do this often, but I personally want to do one more set of those tap behind fire hydrants. So it'll put us over time by about, a minute or so. If you're up for the extra bonus move, stick around. If you're not, I get it, it's cool. You're done, because we're out of time. I promise I'll only keep you for an hour. You guys know the drill on this one. I'm gonna do it elevated. I just have been into double sets at least of things, and sometimes triple sets. And I wanna make sure I get 2 in of this today. I'm going up in my band strength to not the maximum strength for me as a red one. This is one step down, okay? I can't remember which side I started on. It's not that big of a deal. So we're gonna do our tap behind and our fire hydrant, okay? All 4s, I just love this move. It's really one of the best things you can do for your glutes. So we're doing it second set. This is the leg that's moving. Here we go. Tap behind, fire hydrant. Again, if you do not have an elevated bench, if you don't have anything that can get you just slightly off the floor, that is fine. This move is awesome on the ground as well, okay? Tap, fire hydrant. Tap behind, fire hydrant. We're just gonna do this fire hydrant move. We're not gonna do the kick around. I don't have time for that. But we are gonna do 20 of these. Here we go. 20. 19. If you're doing this workout and you completed it, let me know. Even if this is gonna be that glute finisher. 12 more. 12. Oh my gosh. It's getting to the point that I don't know if I can do it. 10. 8. 5. Oh my gosh. 4. 3. 2. 1. Get me off this thing for a second. Oh my goodness. Okay, again, guys, we just have that other side. We're gonna get right after it. Let me know if you completed this workout. If you're not sticking around for this last set, I'd still love to hear from you. Let me know. I'm big on that accountability thing. Check in, say, yes, I did it. I finished. This is the leg that's moving. Ready? Here we go. Tap, fire hydrant. or the name of the game today. One of the big reasons I wanted to get a second set of this move in. It's just so good. Keep going. This is the last side, last move. We're doing 17, 16, 15, 13, 11 more, you got this. 10, 9, 8, 6, 5, oh my gosh, 4, 2, last one, 1, oh, we did it. Get off that bench, get that band off. We're only 2 minutes over. It's not too bad, right? Okay, you made it. We're done. We're gonna do a quick stretch, real quick. If you need to run, I get it. I know a bunch of you guys are still on Christmas break and you're doing this a little bit later today. So comment if that's you later today. Let me know what you thought, what you liked, all that good stuff. We're gonna do a quick inner thigh stretch, hip opening stretch here. Flutter those legs. We'll see how we feel tomorrow, right? And then I'm gonna shake it out and I'm gonna do a really quick figure 4 stretch, which is probably gonna kill me again. So cross one leg over and then you're just gonna scooch in a bit. Oh my. Chest up and out. This is a hip and glute stretch. You guys can feel it. So get in a position that you feel it. Chest is up, back is flat and straight. And then I like to play around with the angle of this foot because I can feel, straight up, in, out. Get that stretch. We're not stretching long enough here. We're just doing a quick stretch. So I suggest you do a little more stretching. And then that's gonna be it for me today. Thank you so much for working out with me, those that are working out with me at 7 and those that are working out with me later. I love it. I try to come back and read the comments and I try to structure my workouts coming up off of comments that you guys make. So it's really helpful to me. If you had moves that you really liked today, let me know what your favorite was. Let me know that you completed this workout. And then over the holidays, I'm sticking with just really straightforward strength workouts. After the new year, we're gonna add in a few other workouts, maybe some Pilates, maybe some cardio stuff. We'll test the waters. But it's your responsibility to get out there and move around. I find that most people have an easier time getting some cardio activity in over the holidays than they do getting strength. So I'm gonna focus on strength, into the new year. So if you show up to class, we're gonna get some killer strength workouts in and then be active otherwise, and you'll be good. Lacey, thank you so much for working out with me, Lacey. Looks like Courtney and Tessa are going to be doing this a little bit later. I can see there's a few more of you too joining me. So welcome. If you have questions, let me know. Comments, let me know. And we'll see you guys tomorrow, 7 a.m. for an upper body workout.